Well, no one's here. Oh, it says two waiting. Two waiting. Two waiting. Hello, two waiting. Yeah, January 12th. Doesn't seem like a real date. Seemed like it should be some other date. Like still in December, maybe. Hi, Jim and Tara. Yep. I don't know if it's going to be a low attended show. We'll see. We have Jim and Tara. Good morning. Lag. Good morning. Deb. Good morning. Posted the addresses. Yeah, when were they supposed to do that? Hi, Anissa. Yeah. I don't know, it's been like 4 or 5 years ago. I actually got a telephone call from a customer. And somehow they were able to get my phone number by asking eBay for it. Good morning, Beth. That hadn't happened in like 4 or 5 years, so hi, Tara.
Hey, I'll give you somebody to talk at.
Thanks. Yeah, what the new policies of adding your address and telephone number to your listings. That's gonna be
What?
fun.
Really? I didn't even know that. What's going on?
Well, there's some kind of new legislation that passed that is supposed to cut down on fraud and
Yeah.
stuff, and there's several provisions, but one of them is sellers can see the physical address and the telephone number tied to the
Before they
account.
purchase, but before they purchase the item?
I think so.
Because, I mean, if they purchase an item, isn't there like contact information after they make the purchase where they can contact you if you put that in?
I've never been contacted directly.
I
I
did we have a
they,
guy that called us? Remember the guy that said they called the cops on us when we sent that thing, that crazy Canadian that time? We were just, did he actually call us?
No.
Had people call us in the past.
Yeah, if they call customer service will give you your phone number.
Yeah. They're saying that there's some kind of new legislation where they want to put like an address and contact information in the listing. This is like legislation, government, for protection. So it's like,
all the big reseller
yeah.
YouTube channels have done videos about it. So
I guess I haven't been watching YouTube, so I'll have to catch up. I really don't know anything about it.
You're lucky the government's here to help you.
Why don't yeah?
You flappy, sassy girl. You'll take their help and like it.
It's probably they use this as a guise, but it's probably actually more like exactly how much people are making.
It's the same word for a 78,000.
Jessica, right?
They'll be able to track you down easier. They have really good looking shiny black boots though. They're awesome. These new IRS agent boots. Their uniforms are incredibly.
All right, don't push it.
What?
So
like snappy
Todd's trying to change the subject.
No.
Go, Todd.
Deutschland, Deutschland. Oh, I'm sorry.
Deutschland, Deutschland. I heard that Bumcrack Picker is in the hospital.
Oh no.
That's all I know.
You don't know why or what if something happened.
Nope,
Oh,
nope.
I hope he's okay.
He's had health problems. Oh gosh, for years, I guess.
Well, he's in my thoughts. I hope everything's okay. How's
Yeah.
Tom doing?
Last word was Tom's doing just fine.
Okay, that's
He's
good.
having to rest, but
Yeah.
in fact, I thought Tom was doing the show this morning, but he didn't post anything in Facebook, so I went ahead and started the show.
Hmm.
So here we are. We had a rollicking show yesterday.
Wasn't yesterday Scott?
Oh yeah, that was Scott's. Tuesday we had a rollicking show. 24K came on here and
Oh, I
stirred.
think I listened to the replay. I was listening at night, and I played your replay while I was listening. Yeah, it sounded good.
It was a good show just because he's so 24K. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else in the world like him.
Really livened it up.
Yeah, he's funny. He's funny and he's got good points all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bone Crack has had like chronic illness for like years and years now.
Hmm.
And he depends on the socialist type of medical facility treatments they have there, and
Well, I hope they take care of him.
like wants 24K to adopt him. Yeah, I just learned about it this morning. I was watching Adventures with Victoria. She's a reseller that does the morning show at
Yeah, real early.
6:30 a.m. Central. And Bumcrack went on there for a minute and said
Hmm.
he's stuck in an enclosed environment.
Hmm.
So I'm sure he meant hospital. And that's all he said. He didn't say specifics about what was going wrong. Maybe he'll come on here. Bumcrack Picker is in the hospital, apparently. Beth. So anyway, what else is going on? I got 5 packages going out. So it was a good average day yesterday.
Yeah. Ladybug.
Bumcrack Picker lives in the northern part of England, the United Kingdom.
Oh yeah, it's funny because Steve would have like that English accent he'd use. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Glock 30. So.
Do they still do live shows, Steve, and stuff? Or they just do dumpster diving videos?
I think it's mostly about just recorded videos now.
Yeah.
Just stuff that they're doing.
I really haven't been watching any reseller videos, to tell you the truth.
They do a lot of dumpster diving, and then they do a lot of just walking around outside with their dog. And
Oh wow, they're doing TV commercials now? Well, that's
they
pretty
do a
cool.
lot of unboxings. They
What, they
have
get on
such a big
pallet?
YouTube. No, they have such a big YouTube channel that people just send them products to try.
Oh.
And they open these products on a video.
Well, didn't they get on a TV show like Pallet Hunters or something like that?
Yeah.
You had like 5 of those kind of resellers there. I know there's those people from Arkansas, they do videos, and them, and some other ones. I don't remember them all. I don't know. Is that show still doing it, or did it not get picked up again?
I think it only lasted one season.
Oh,
So they have like network advertising that they do
Hmm.
on TV.
wow.
Yeah, good for them. They're a nice couple.
Could
Rainy,
be you,
cloudy,
Todd, in a
gloomy
couple
Thursday.
years. Next thing you know, we won't be able to talk to Todd anymore because he'll be doing average commercials, and he'll have some kind of, reseller A&E type TV show he's on.
He'll be doing,
All we'll see is his hand, of course.
he'll be doing shows like he'll get a wig and be like a Danny Duncan kid.
Stephen and Glock, we were talking about Stephen and Steph. They used to be called the Resale Killers, but they changed that to just Stephen and Steph.
Mm.
They don't do all that much resale anymore because they don't have to. They're making a
Moved
big
on past
income
it.
from
Yeah, they used to
from
go and set up
YouTube.
like at those flea markets. Remember they'd have garage sales and stuff like that, and they'd just have their camper
So what are they
running.
doing now?
Well, they were in an A&E show, but now they still do YouTube, but not live. It looks like recorded ones. But Junk Trader said they are doing like TV commercials and stuff now.
Yeah, I've got one of their box knives too, Junk Trader. No, I'm
Yeah, merch.
Probably.
Box knife merch.
They did it, and did Lonnie do one too? Somebody else did like marketed a box knife where they put like a decal on
Well,
it.
that's just great.
yeah.
Sorry,
Lonnie
you're
actually asked Stephen and Steph for the place where they got their knives, and then they
Yeah.
started doing them themselves. And Stephen and Steph weren't going to do it anymore, so they said, "Sure, you can do it now."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's Tom. Hey, you were supposed to do the show this morning, you punk. Okay. How you feeling, Tom?
You look pretty good, Tom.
Hold on.
Hold
My
on.
looks are deceiving.
I don't have
Hold
any
on.
sound. Be right back.
All right,
I like
go twist the
I like
knob
his
on your
Bucky shirt.
go twist the knob on your pacemaker up to a higher setting and come right back.
Get a little livelier.
Little Cherry Seinfeld. What are we talking about?
That was Stephen Steph's dog, but I think it passed away.
Oh, yeah, they got a new one called Putty, and he's the same breed of dog.
Yeah, Putty's off Seinfeld too.
No.
So Joanna's here, and Joanne, and well, we got a good crowd. I wish Bumcrack could come in and tell us exactly what's going on. Anyway, you have to plug Tom in. Hit the on switch. Tom got that one chance in a lifetime mild heart attack. You're only going to get one mild one, I think, and then
I
you
don't
better
know. I wouldn't
better start taking better care of yourself, or the next one's gonna put you in the 6 feet deep.
Well, to be fair though, Todd, they've been
Let's
telling
see.
people to take better care of themselves for their whole lives, and they don't listen.
When you were
Anyway, in kindergarten, they told you to take good care of yourself.
that thing that you were talking about, that information from online sellers, so I just kind of Googled it,
Yeah.
and it looks like they added it onto that omnibus bill that they passed, right before before the House switched over.
What?
Bumcrack is, I think, 6 hours earlier, so it's 2 p.m. 2:15 p.m.
Oh, it
in
is law.
Yeah, it's
Bum
called
Crackland.
It's called the Informed Customers Act. Applies to online marketplaces, broadly defined to include customer-directed platforms that facilitate or enable third-party sellers to engage in a sale, purchase, payment, storage,
Yeah, there you go.
shipping, or
You gonna read
delivery
it
of
all
a
to us?
consumer product, and requires them to collect, verify, and make available to buyers certain identification information for high-volume third-party sellers on their platform,
And their
i.e. sellers
definition of
with
high
more than
volume is 20,000. So I'm
not,
over
not
that.
not to the government. Sellers with more than 200 transactions and $5,000 in revenue in a 12-month period, then you're a high
Oh,
volume seller.
is it that low? I thought it was 20,000.
Well,
Hot.
I'm reading what this is what the bill. The Federal Trade Commission is responsible for enforcing the Informed Customers Act, and states attorneys generals are provided with the right to bring civil action against online marketplaces who non-compliance with the act affects the residents of their state. Online marketplaces must implement policies, procedures, and controls to comply with the Informed Customers Act's requirement by June 27th of this year.
It
So
starts
this
in
is what it's
June.
supposed to do. The alert summarize. It says collection of seller identification and bank account information within 10 days of the seller qualifying as a high volume third party
Oh,
seller.
we got that.
Yeah,
Everybody's got
verification
that.
information within 10 days.
Well,
Receipt
eBay already has that on
yeah,
me. So,
maintenance.
but
What? It's
they
all up there at the top.
they've never put it out there for any buyer to see.
Yeah, but I don't think they are. Let's read the other four things. Maintenance of data security measures to protect sellers' information that the marketplace collects. Disclosure to buyers of identification information for sellers with $20,000 or more in annual revenue from marketplace sales.
Yeah,
Suspension of
that's me.
seller accounts if requested information, certificates, or disclosure are not provided within 10 days of marketplace request, and implementation of a reporting feature on product listing pages for high volume third party sellers that allow for electronic and telephonic reports. So,
So
Well, the telephonic report. Obviously, telephone.
so
What the hell's
while some online marketplaces may already comply with some of these requirements, it is likely that many will need to implement new measures to avoid the sustainable liability risks that the Act creates for non-compliance. In particular, requiring us to collect and verify bank accounts. I think that's mostly because they probably want to make sure they have, exactly what's going in and out of your bank account for taxes, and identification information to obtain annual certification
they already did
within
that.
10 days may present a significant operation lift for online marketplaces. Covered marketplaces may also need to update their platform. Okay, blah, 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 to reflect new requirements in the Act. Moreover, the Act information collection and verification requirements may increase practical risks for online marketplaces by potentially exposing them to red flags of unlawful sellers or buyer conduct that may give rise to liability in other contexts. Anyway, so I don't know, but I didn't get anything in there like they're going to put your contact information directly on your listing. Is that what you
Well,
were
it said
saying?
telephone.
Yeah, but they have a way, like right now, if a customer bought an item of ours that says I need to contact the seller direct, they have a way that they can. eBay customer
They will
service
give
can.
them your phone number.
Yeah.
Because they've already
It
done
will.
it. We had that happen years ago.
Yeah, I did too. Like 4 or 5 years ago, I had a customer call me directly. I'm like,
Yeah.
I
used
mean,
to call customers.
they were
direct.
nice and everything, and we had a nice little chat about the item they bought.
What's
But
the first part? What Leg wants me to read again? It's like a paragraph, the whole paragraph, or just the points? Collection of seller identification and bank account information within 10 days of the seller qualifying as a high volume seller. Which now, according to the bill, it says high volume sellers are 200 transactions or $5,000 in revenue in 12 months.
So basically, you could be on food stamps. You make
well,
so you can still qualify for food stamps.
yeah, that's
and
probably
you're
more
a
like
high-volume
they're probably
seller.
trying to get like they really want to get that in on your income taxes, probably, but whatever.
There's a bunch of single moms out there that ain't paying their taxes.
They're selling their old babies toys and
You
stuff.
need to get a fourth and fifth job. You gotta pay the government. Liach.
Only thing I ever do on Facebook Marketplace is some bigger like local pickup stuff. I didn't really get into the shipping over there or anything. I put the band uniforms on there, and I never shipped them through Facebook Marketplace. Anybody that inquired about the band uniforms, I give them a link to my eBay store and just have them buy them off my eBay store because I thought it was just easier for me to do it that way.
No, that's probably the best way.
But I mean, I've sold like a Facebook Market, like locally, like dressers or, just that I just meet somebody to do.
Yeah, big crap you don't want to
Yeah.
ship.
The only thing ever small I've ever put on Facebook Marketplace, like I said, was those University of Kentucky band uniforms.
I don't think eBay is going to just let. I don't think they want everybody just to send their information out there, like their telephone number, their email.
Well, yeah,
Their
I'm sure
when
eBay
you
doesn't want
because
this.
if they do, it's just going to open up one case after another that you're trying to conduct business outside of the network.
Yeah, you already have the robots pick it up if somebody asks you a question. If you gave somebody like your phone number in the messaging, the robots are going to pick it up. But eBay already has your contact information, so I guess it would be at their discretion. If you had a customer already buy an item that says I need to directly contact the seller, I guess it would be eBay's discretion then to hand it out.
I think that from the IRS,
I agree.
I think that is for people that are not really going through a real network like eBay or Amazon or Poshmark or any of those, which I don't really know what all the rulings are on that, but I think it's for people that's like, oh, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Craigslist, and I'm posting this for sale, and then when I get my money through Venmo, I don't get paid. I mean, I don't send out the information.
Yes, and that's probably really where they're trying to crack down on is stuff like Venmo, Cash Apps, all that kind of stuff, because you might have some more money that's going free and loose over there, and they're like, hey, we need to collect some taxes on this money.
Well, I understand the premise of the bill, and it's not all bad, but if they're going to make public our addresses, and they didn't want a P.O. box, they wanted a physical address. So if you're doing business out of your home,
yeah, it's not like a lot of resellers, it's not like we have a brick and mortar store where, okay, we also sell online, we're not, it's a lot of people that are working out of their garages or storage units and houses and stuff that are selling stuff.
yeah, I don't need to sell somebody a plate, and if it breaks by the USPS, they bring it to my door.
I would suspect, again, like Tom said, I think it's a little bit more to make sure they're collecting all their tax information, though. Because, I mean, remember, what was it in the old days before they gave you the 1099K? Was it like, how many transactions? Was it like over 200 transactions or $20,000?
No, it's 600.
Yeah, but no, then they rescinded that.
No, for temporarily.
Temporarily.
Yeah, it's coming back.
But now
they're going to give you a little
now it looks
stuff.
like they got it where it's $5,000.
Oh, okay.
That's according to what I just read off.
Ultra rich.
It's 200 transactions or $5,000. High volume sellers is $5,000.
Affect you. They're just for the ultra rich. People who make over $600 or $5,000.
I
about $5,000 a year.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with eBay having my real actual address, but they're going to have some discretion about who they release it to. They're so funny now about like Tara said a while ago, or Jim said a while ago, the robots pick up everything. Well, if it's that particular to them, that just in conversation, the robots are picking it up and flagging it. They're not just going to just have your address and your address and stuff on to the public.
Brandon sells on eBay, my son. Okay, so I hope this doesn't make me sound bad. We set up his own eBay store. Okay, so whenever this was, it must have been about 6 months ago or something. I had to give him I have 2 eBay accounts. I gave one that's in my name because the one he set up was in his name. but when he tripped it at $600 for like they needed his social security number and stuff, and they knew he wasn't 18, and then that was it. He couldn't sell anymore on that store.
Right.
So you're saying now he's selling? Now he's selling as a straw man?
No,
Sounds like straw man situation.
I just hired one of those teenagers to do my listing for me over there. Is
Criminal.
all.
Well, Tara, I think it was you that said y'all were standing in a restaurant like a fast food joint one day.
That was when I was up in Wisconsin. Yeah.
And this kid said, was looking at his phone and says, "Oh, my Amazon money just hit."
Yeah.
The kids are not like they were a long time ago. They have so many opportunities now to make money.
Yeah, I was in Walmart yesterday morning. I had to pick up a couple things, but anyway, I went by the pet food aisle because I wanted to get my dog some dog cookies. And we're walking by, and Jim's like, "Oh my God, there was a guy in there that was scanning cat food." I don't know if you heard like Scott talking about that cat food. Maybe it was a week ago or whatever.
Oh yeah.
There's a guy in there scanning cat food.
Yeah, Scott made a little bit of money. I think it was just a one-shot deal though with him.
I don't know.
I don't think he's buying anymore.
Is Bumcrack in here this morning?
No, but Todd said he thinks he might be sick.
Yeah, he was on Victoria Adventures with Victoria this morning and said he was in laying on his back in an enclosed place, and so yeah, everybody knew he was in the hospital.
Yeah, let's hit the streets, Sadie. I'll go get my COVID mask so they don't recognize me.
Oh, I got one of those little backpacks too. You need a COVID mask and one of those little backpacks. Oh, yeah, and a skateboard.
Hey, Harlan.
It's just, I think these congressmen and senators have caught so much hell from people that have gotten scammed, and that these people just drop off the face of the earth.
I don't know.
I believe they're tired of it. They're trying to come up with something.
Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me?
I think a lot of it is a revenue grab. I think they say, it's like when they're like, "Oh, Amazon doesn't pay its taxes, and this is a company that's made this amount of profit or billions of dollars." But they always look at the gross number. They don't look at, and I'm not defending Amazon, but they don't look at what it costs to own Amazon and all this stuff. And I think a little bit like with, we have all these third-party sellers making all this billions of dollars. We need to get that tax revenue. We got to make sure we're getting all our tax revenue off of that.
It's like a farm. You're the cow. Does you think the farmer ever gives a rip what the cows are thinking? No. All he wants to do is turn those cows into money, and that's exactly what the government's doing. I need to collect money out of these people. They don't give a crap what you think. Or, this person's upset because I got scammed too many times. Oh, man. Come on.
Honestly, how many of you in the chat have actually really been scammed?
I
honestly have never been scammed.
Well, honestly, nowadays, maybe way back in the Wild West of, like eBay and that, but now you have, your credit card, you have buyer protection, through PayPal, eBay buyer protections.
You're protected, but that's not really the question. Have you been scammed? And I would say yes, because we've been protected by eBay a whole bunch of times.
No, as a buyer, have you been scammed?
Yes, I bought that thing from China. Remember, he sent that little crappy necklace?
Oh, yeah. But we got our money back.
But we were still scammed. We're protected. We're covered. It's like, have you ever been in an accident? Well, no, because the insurance always covered it. Oh, but you were in accidents.
Joanna, I would contact Scott the Bearded Picker on Facebook and just send him a private message and ask, because he knows it all.
Yeah, I don't really do Amazon.
Just go to eBay. They'll give you all his private information.
Yeah, just go on his eBay listings. You'll find all his information.
Click, click, click. Oh, here it is. I have it now. This is totally for tax collection. They want to track and doing transactions like money laundering, which the government also makes money off.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law asked me, not my brother-in-law, my brother asked me about
Yeah, I don't do Amazon.
the $50,000 Disney videos, and I told him, I said that was money laundering.
Yeah.
That's all that was. That was money laundering.
So you're saying my black diamond?
Oh
Disney
man, we've been
tapes are
collecting them
worthless?
for years. We've been waiting for the value to go up on them.
Damn it!
We've been investing in those and Beanie Babies.
Yeah, Lady Di Beanie Babies. Not the one that's worth something. The ones that are worth shit. We have a whole truckload of
I
them.
took a miss. But it's
So, Sadie, you're saying you forgot how to sign up for Facebook? I mean, for Merchant Fulfilled?
Oh, I thought MF meant mother effers.
yeah. I was getting ready to change the topic there to this new thing. Real quick, like, because it don't take a lot of discussion. YouTube is demonetizing a lot of videos because of the language content in it.
Uh-oh.
And they're demonetizing. Well, they're doing a whole deal. They're going to be demonetizing a lot of gaming videos because of first-person shooters and the cussing and all that kind of that goes on in it.
Well, you can't play a game like Grand Theft Auto without hearing cussing and naughty words.
Yeah, well, I guess you just have to find another place to post it.
I guess it would probably move them over to Twitch.
No, or Twitch, that you can't. Twitch is not forever. YouTube is forever.
Why? Where's Twitch gone?
Twitch is videos drop off after a while.
Oh, okay.
YouTube stay forever.
It's so your parents can't see you sent your pic to somebody else.
And so I was listening to a video while I was in the hospital. Yeah, in the hospital. And they were talking about I believe it was Nick Nimmons. If you don't listen to him, y'all have to, and you have a YouTube channel, you have to listen to his stuff. He's pretty informative. But they were talking about that they're going to, a lot of big people have had all of a sudden realized that their videos are not being monetized because of the language and whatnot.
Yeah, they're switching to their advertise. They'll have their sponsors. They're switching to that monetization rather than the YouTube monetization. They're still making money. They're just not making it from YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. There's this kid. It's Danny Duncan or whatever. He's a kid. He's a skateboard kid. Well, every other word's the F word. I mean, the kid can't finish a sentence while swearing at it twice. Well, he said, "Oh no, I'm gonna get demonetized." He's laughing. He's like, "No, I don't get monetized." Ha ha ha. But it depends on it because every video he'll have like his own commercial, his commercial spot or whatever. Yeah. He's making it off merch and making it off his advertising.
Roberta just asked if Jim skateboards.
No, but you go watch Danny Duncan. He just does funny. And Jim ran across them. Oh, because Jim's doing this messing around with this golf cart, and Jim he's been watching golf cart videos, and he came across this kid who's like crashing golf carts.
Yeah, it's a video. It's like we crashed. What he did was he went and rented like down by the villages in Florida. Rents these 3 golf carts. They destroy them. They bring them back. I mean, the wheels are off the rims. The roofs are knocked. The roof's knocked off one. They're all cracked up. The bodies. They bring them back. He just buys them. It's like, okay, how much? Buys all 3 golf carts. Have a great day. So I mean, it's like the kids. Well, he invests in real estate or whatever. I guess
it gives away a lot of stuff like cars and stuff.
I mean, I wear socks.
I don't watch Mr. Beast. Brandon watches him some, but he's kind of like Mr. Beast but funnier.
And for the record, I said that. Roberta did. She said I did not. My dear sweet wife does not talk bad about anybody.
Except the person that catches her off. And he's out there, we got one of those skate turnpikes. He's out there doing jumps and stuff.
Oh yeah, real.
He's got it. Yeah, He wears his jean jacket and his wallet with the chain while he's doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I tore my knee yesterday doing a rail slide.
So
I tear
anyhow,
my knee getting out of bed.
Yeah. These guys, he looks like Uncle Bob from Urban Cowboy, but he's on a skateboard. Or Uncle Bud. No,
Uncle
Bud's,
Bud, yeah.
Bud, no.
Oh no, Bud's John Travolta.
It's Uncle Bob.
Is it Bob?
I think it's
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah,
The
it's
guy who
Bob.
gets killed in the when he
Oilers.
gets hit by lightning in the oil refinery.
Mr. Sadie says he wants a gym action figure set complete with wet T-shirt girls.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there's
He said I want a gym action figure set complete with like t-shirt girls, like action figures.
there's
Oh, that would just really boost Jim's ego. You know,
Yeah.
he used to go to this. He used to go to this thing. It's a big thing in Wisconsin. It's Stevens
There's the
Point
belly
Trivia.
button sucking set, and there's the weightlifting girls set,
Yeah. He used
And
to walk
there's-
around.
getting
gotta
thrown
tell
out of a bar set.
I gotta tell this though. So anyway, his nickname when he was in college is Dex. Dex. Okay, this is drunk alter ego Dex. So he goes down there. He makes up these T-shirts for himself called Dex Fest. I mean, how big of an ego do you have to walk around with a T-shirt with your own name called Dex
Hey, I
Fest?
sold out.
And people were taking. Okay, and these aren't like good printed shirts. Jim made his own stencil and he used a shaker can to spray paint it
From
on.
a beer, I took a beer 12-pack cardboard and cut out the letters in a beer from a beer cut, and I sprayed it on a white T-shirt, and people went crazy.
Yeah, he came home. I think he had only the one that he wore. He got rid of
Yeah.
them all.
I had aprons for cooking. I got some aprons. I made Dex Fest aprons for cooking brats and stuff.
You're not right. You are not
They made
right.
a movie about that thing. It's called Trivia Town, which I've tried to find to
really
buy
hard
it
to
for
get.
him,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
like
really hard to
$5.
get and it's kind of expensive. But who's that guy that was on Jeopardy that was there?
The blonde-haired guy, the nerdy-looking blonde.
That won a bunch of money on Jeopardy
I
like
shook
a
his
long
hand.
time
Oh my
ago.
God,
I don't know if my mother was here; she could tell you because she watches Jeopardy.
Anyway, that
every
blonde.
night.
Yeah, that blonde-haired kid. He was there in the garage with where we had the Jaeger machine and all the other stuff set up.
Oh yeah,
And I
Jim's
shook his
personal Jaeger machine and Dex Fest shirts. That's what.
You want to spend money at a party? Provide the Jaeger machine and the Jaeger. Holy man! I mean, they'll really run your wallet dry. The Jaeger flowed out of the machine like a river.
Yeah, because it took 3 bottles, so that's at that time it was like $80 worth of.
Yeah, I was
liquor.
running around 3 bottles a day. Yeah, it was expensive, but well, it's.
Yeah,
worth
we
it.
did the life of the party but free Jaeger and T-shirts.
I told them
will
they had to
do
buy
that.
their own Red Bull for Jaeger bombs.
Anyway.
Bridget, if you're still there, eBay says it's not you, it's us. Our server is down. She was asking about messaging, and I just went to tried my messaging on eBay, and it said it was down.
Mine works fine.
Does it?
Lag said he'd leave his mom's basement to go to one of your parties.
Hey, we'll bring the party to your mom's basement.
Yeah, Jaeger machine. We just sold that Jaeger machine this past like 5 months this summer.
I'll wear my.
I'm like,
I love
well,
my
we're done
mom's
with
t-shirt.
that. Yeah, I'm like, we're done with. We don't drink anymore, and I'm like, well, I don't think we'll be traveling around with the Jaeger machine, so we sold it.
For the last 40 years, I've been exclusively dating hot moms.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all are a mess.
Dex Fest.
No. Dex Fest. I'm not kidding you. This is a true story.
That actually happened.
That actually happened. He was in his kitchen making these Dex Fest shirts for his big trip for this drunken. He'd be gone about 4 days to this drunken trivia. You can look it up. Stevens Point, Wisconsin trivia. It's this huge thing there. He would go down there for and hang out with all his old college friends.
And then I had to
You're spelling Jaeger wrong. I think it's Jaeger. It's German. Isn't Jaeger got?
And I did the lettering in. I did pick a German font from WordPerfect to make the stencil.
Yeah.
So Dexfest was like old time German letters. I ran out.
I think it was considered old English.
contest was my roommate from college. And he's like, nobody will talk to me, but like, you're some kind of superstar now with these T-shirts. What the hell is this? Well, I ran out of. I'm in his garage making them.
Oh, you got a big war
Yeah, I
down
had to
there?
buy paint and shirts because I ran out of shirts. So finally, I told him, "Hey guys, I'm going broke. You got to buy your own damn T-shirts." So they would go to Walmart, get these 10 packs of white T-shirts, and I'm making T-shirts. And my fingers are black from the paint.
Yeah. Shaker can merch.
And then girls are autograph. These little girls. They're like they're all signing. Not me. They're all signing each other's shirts.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Sadie, you got me. Sorry, I feel bad now.
What happened?
He spelled Jaeger properly, and it is not J-A-E. It's J. It's not J-A-E-G. It's J-A-G-E-G. Whatever. I was wrong, and Mr. Sadie was right, and I'll never
I was
question
wrong
him
about
again.
John Denver.
Yeah, and I'll never question Mr. Sadie again.
Mr. Sadie, guess what else she did? She destroyed our car last
I
night.
did.
What?
I hit a frickin' deer.
Oh no.
Scratch one Lincoln. It was the nicest, newest car we owned.
No.
Oh no.
Did you total it?
Gone like the turkey from A Christmas Story.
Oh no.
No, it still drives. It just looks like a hoopty. I took my kid to school in it this morning.
It looks like it rolled off the 4th floor of our parking
No,
lot.
it doesn't. I took out the headlight. It's going to need a bumper and a grill.
Oh man.
That's
You can
stupid.
buy them on eBay.
No, I think,
I
well,
found a guy.
I might go drive up to
in
Indianapolis to go get, I found a car and it's the same color. Buck of doe meister. I think it was a doe and it had a real stupid look on its face. But it got out in front of me. It stopped. I'm like, no. I put on the binders. I wasn't even driving that fast. Poof, hit it. But it was crazy because when I hit it, because it was night in the dark, it was like if you've ever shot a bird and the feathers all like poof out and fly off. It did that with the deer hair. So it's all this hair flying everywhere. I knock it down, but it's sliding down the road for about, I don't know, maybe like 50, 60 feet, you know? I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
no.
you're bad for you. So I didn't want to see it if it was messed up. So then I drove down the road like another 300 feet, and then I looked at the car. Anyway.
Ugh.
Oh my God! If I didn't do that to the F950, Jim's F550. Well, that might have taken a hit pretty good though, because it's got high clearance and a steel bumper. But that would have made Jim extra angry. He wasn't mad.
I hit one with my box truck. I mean, it did take out the grill and stuff, but I mean, you see the deer and then it just disappears underneath the truck, and then you feel ba-bump, ba-bump, and that's it. And the deer don't suffer because after the second set of tires goes over, it's for sure dead.
Yeah.
I like Tara's quote though. That's a good one. Boom, hit it.
Well, that's what it was like, because I have somebody
starter.
that's riding on my ass. I'm glad I didn't get rear-ended too. So
Jesus Christ, you're writing it to yourself. Okay.
what? You've never had anybody tailgate you?
Especially when I'm about to say boom, hit it.
Shut up! I hate you. Anyway, so I'm glad I didn't get rear-ended too.
Boy.
I think that's what all wives say. I hate you. Oh Lord. I saw Bearded Piercer. Oh, there he is. So I came in and Jim is announcing he has been doing a dating. Okay.
Yeah.
But
he only dates people that are younger than him. Both his wives have been younger than him.
Well,
Oh, he had one old lady that was trying to get on him, but he just couldn't do it. Well, he's had a couple before I was with him.
I've had brief encounters with. I don't know what you call that.
All right. Well, we don't want to get too in depth
Let's put it
because
this way: you don't have.
Brief encounters of the aged type, huh?
yeah, we don't want to get
I'm
Todd
old. It's
Todd
bar time. Hey,
demonetized.
go back to your place. We're gonna have sex, right? All right, check, please.
Now, how does that make you look? I mean, do you think that makes you look good?
No, I didn't say it. She said it.
I know. Well, I'm just saying.
I'm a gentleman. I don't ever say stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They just throw it out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a hapless victim.
I'll tell you what, Uncle Jim's story time would be a.
Well, you let the dog in. She's crying. Yeah. Well, it's northern Wisconsin. That's all there is to do.
Yeah, but most of the people were from out of town. They're mostly people from.
That's why they go up there, because they know it's free and loose.
People are coming off of those cold winters of not going out the house.
Hey,
unless
what
they
else do you have to
absolutely
do? It's
have
cold
to.
outside. You got to stay warm.
If I was going to depend on the local talent up there, I might as well just go to the priesthood.
I don't know about that.
Did you see what Johanna said? She said Jim was such a
He
sleaze
was a
until he
sleaze
met
until
Tex.
he met
He
me.
found Tara.
Yeah.
You know, when you got these guys go hunting, like, oh, I got to find a woman, I got whatever. I'm like, I just was never even an issue.
Yeah, Jim was more like,
They
well,
just
Jim
show
was,
up. They're like stray cats.
I would say like Jim I think Jim was maybe divorced like 2 or 3 years before I met him. So he was just going through his second childhood, having a good time.
I would have thought he had
Well, I
learned
never
better
made
the
my
first go around.
That was probably, for 14 years, that was probably a problem for him.
Yeah, you weren't going out and
Cha-ching.
partying with other females.
How long were you married the first time, Jim?
14.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, we're gonna beat him. Because let's see, Brandon's me and Jim have been married 15 years now.
We married 29 years, but not to the same woman. And I've had a kid under the age of 18 living on my roof since 1989. That's some kind of sick record.
Well,
We should
at
try to
least
squeeze one more out.
No,
That would really
no,
be a
no.
record.
I'm not adopting one. I don't care what shows up. I'll put a bag over its head and a zip
oh, these
tie.
are good too, Jim. Jim he was a player. But like I said, you know, when you're up there where it's only dark, I mean, it's only light for 5 hours a day, and it's wintertime.
Fish and Pickett said invested 14 years. Why divorce? It happens sometimes when your wife meets
Yeah. You tell your wife, hey, you're cheating. I've just figured out you're cheating on me. She says, yeah, you're right. Well, I guess I'm going to pack up my stuff and move in with them. Bye. You know, in Tombstone, when they're leaving the town and he says, well, this is where it ends. And the guy just looks at Wyatt Earp and goes, well, bye. That was my ex-wife. Goodbye. My attorney will be in touch.
You're a good man, Jim. I didn't hear any bitterness in that voice at all.
Oh,
the guy did him a
if
huge
you met
favor.
my first wife, yeah, there was no. It was like going to Disney World. Freedom, free at last, free at last.
Lord have mercy.
The way I would describe divorce, if you're afraid of it, it's just the same as being married to the wrong person. But it's like twice the fighting and none of the sex.
You know, it's
Spit it out, Tom.
oh, nothing. I saw you posted the link and I thought it said Evie Max and Mux, and I'm looking at the StreamYard and I was kind of confused. Now I forgot what I was going to say.
Somebody plug Tom back in.
What kind of medicine did they give you, Tom?
To restart that pacemaker. Give it a little boost.
I'm drinking coffee, decaf, and I feel like
I was just going to say, the first thing I tell you is no caffeine.
Y'all have seen, Jim, I'm sure you've seen the World War II movies where the submarines. And
I love submarine movies.
They need to rev up the RPMs a little bit on the engine while they're running diesel, you know, the chief of the engine, he'd pour in a dadgum bottle of liquor to thin down the diesel so it'd get a few more RPMs. That's how I feel today. I need something to give me a few more.
Don't rev those RPMs too high. We don't want you to have another heart issue.
And really, I don't remember them telling me no caffeine. I just made that on my unless they told Roberta and she told me.
Yeah, but they're gonna. Do they got you on like all the checkup doctor visits now?
Oh yeah, I got one today, and then
Yeah.
I get one next Tuesday.
You're in it now.
Oh man.
My uncle had that stroke, and yeah, they start telling you what you should eat, shouldn't eat. They stick their finger in your belly and say you got to lose this, you know.
They measure it with their finger?
No, that's what my uncle would say. They teach you, yeah, you got to lose about 50 pounds, you know.
Yeah, the doctor puts on the rubber glove. Okay, I got to measure something with my finger. I'm like, I'm out of here.
No, it's like the Pillsbury Doughboy, you know, when you poke him in the stomach and he giggles.
Honestly, though, when you go to the doctor, you ever notice that? You basically let them do whatever the hell they want. Because you can't say no because it's the doctor.
I said no about that COVID test.
Oh, that's true. Okay, we got to do this weird examination.
That was the first thing they did when they took me back into the.
Oh, yeah, the COVID test. I had this crabby old nurse, and it was when my mother-in-law was in the hospital. Okay, I got to take your COVID test. I'm like, no. I'm not here. I'm just here in the way. It's Mrs. Carey, and you need a COVID test. I'm like, are you talking about my mother-in-law? And she's like, being real baggy about it. I'm like, I'm like, I'll walk out that door. You are not giving me a COVID test.
She wasn't really. Well, she was kind of baggy, but she was also like exasperated. Remember, she had like this desperate look, like,
yeah, like I need to shove this in your
now
nose.
I gotta go harass other patients. I can't just sit here harassing you all day. She was like, I don't know. You remember me, kind of like half nurse, half playground bully. She was aggressive.
I think she's getting ready to hold me down.
I'm not sure what she was feeling.
I don't know, but yeah, she was.
Something wasn't
She
right.
was too crazy with it.
It's like you're in a situation where you're thinking, "Hey, this person's about to rob me. I need to get out of here. I'm about to be mugged." They got that weird look on their face. They're sketchy. They start shifting their weight from one foot to the next and asking weird questions. You're like, "Okay, this is getting weird. I'm getting out."
Oh, that's really true. I was talking to my friend last night, Mr. Sadie, who she's a medical coder for billing for a hospital, and she goes, "You wouldn't believe how much money they get for like doing those tests and doing the vaccines and stuff like that."
Money.
Well, they're not cheap if you go to like a pharmacy or someplace like that.
I would never do one.
Well,
I'd have to be like you in the hospital sick, where it's like, all right, now I have to give in because I have no choice. But to voluntarily do one, no way, Kemosabe.
If you see my
there's
bone,
there's cases where you have to just.
Yeah, they made Jim get one when he has colonoscopy.
Yeah, she sticks it up my nose, and all of a sudden I feel it like snap when she gets way up to the top. I feel like this snapping sensation. I'm like, well, that hurt. Yeah, like 2 weeks later, I still have like this sinus infection from the damn thing. I think she shoved it up too far.
Probably hit your brain. That's why you're not right in the head.
I'm gonna tell you though, if you're
like those mummies in Egypt.
If you're too much of a player, sometimes you gotta go get a test where they have an even longer swab and it don't go in your nose. Also, not fun.
Fish, I'm not really a beer drinker. And as far as red meat goes, I do like red meat, but I don't. Like, we'll go to the Longhorn or pick up something from Longhorn. I get their pork chops. I don't get, like, steak or anything like that. The food, you know, what I can eat is not an issue. It's not being able to eat whenever I want to, whatever I want to, that is the issue. Like, I went to the grocery store this morning and they had their Little Debbie snack cakes for buy one get one free.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah, that damn icing covered honey bun was screaming.
Oh no, it's falling apart. The sky's falling.
What?
The stock market's down again.
Wait, I want to hear what Tom can eat. What about cheese and ice cream? Those are okay, right?
No.
What? Oh, I'm gonna live in a world where I can't have cheese and ice cream.
What about sodies and zebra cakes?
Sodies.
You've never watched 1,000 Pound Sisters? I have, and that's what their thing is. They're like, we can't give up, and they're from Kentucky. Okay, they got that Kentucky accent. I can't give up my sodies and zebra cakes.
Don't feel bad if you can't watch shows like that. Don't feel bad. We can't watch horrors. It freaks us out too much.
I
It's
just
like,
don't.
oh, look, they're using.
I've never watched that show.
Oh,
But
hoarders!
I saw advertisements over the weekend when I was in the hospital.
Oh my God! They show a person pulling out a dresser drawers and they're using them for like shelves to stack stuff. And me and Tara look at each other like, "Uh-oh."
But I do have diet caffeine-free Cokes.
If you're a reseller,
No, don't drink the Diet Coke. You'll get the aspartame. It's bad
oh
for
yeah,
you.
forget
Yeah, I
it.
know.
Just drink water or LaCroix.
Yeah,
or,
I'm not drinking that fancy foo-foo water that costs $12 for a bottle. Roberta bought me a nice.
It costs.
Bought me a
Go
nice
get the
cup.
bubbly. Go get the bubbly. It's $3.28 a case, and just drink that.
Yeah, you know why the foo-foo water is more expensive? Because they specially select this water in places where fish don't have sex in it.
Okay.
Special. No fish sex zone.
Fish don't
We
have
buy the
sex.
$1.09 gallons of water from Food Line and pour them in a cup full of ice. I just don't, and I don't like the flavors. I like the bubbly. Sasha loves bubbly.
I
And
drink
it
that.
just makes
and
me want to gag.
It's got zero everything in it. You don't have to worry about intaking anything bad.
It doesn't even have water in it.
I just don't. I don't like
Just
that
drink it.
soda.
Just drink
that-
it. No, the
Do I-
aspartame is bad.
I know.
It's really bad.
Get yourself some of that Walmart Rocky Road ice cream and some of those Walmart 2-liter bottles of soda, and you'll be all set.
Well, I don't like Rocky Road. I like just plain old vanilla or pecan or peach. That's my flavors.
I'll go with pecan, but unless it's in like a root beer float, I don't eat vanilla.
Hi, Roman.
I really don't do root beer floats either.
Oh God, that's sacrilege, Tom. You don't drink
Just
any
because y'all are
black
Yankees
cow.
and y'all eat and drink all that kind of weird stuff up there.
You don't drink a black cow.
What's a black cow?
It's a root beer float.
No.
Do you eat haggis?
Do you
No.
eat dirt? Do you eat dirt?
No, that's Beto O'Rourke.
No. Well, you heard about. Didn't you ever hear that? Like they'd be like, "Oh yeah, Southerners eat dirt." Do you guys say that in the South? Like, "Oh, Southerners eat dirt."
Well,
No,
they
I
are.
don't
That's the
think
reason
they-
Southerners are healthier than Northerners.
Oh.
No
I was
doubt.
at this horse farm yesterday. She's got this little girl who hangs out with me. She's cute. She's 3. So I pick her up. She was playing in the arena sand. She's like, "Oh, look, my hands are all dirty." And she licks one of her hands. Her mom's walking next to her. I go, "You're a true Southern girl, aren't you?" Dirt.
Okay. Well, who may be listening, we
I-
apologize in advance.
I see nothing wrong with that because that child's probably healthier than the city kids from New
I
York.
didn't say there's anything wrong with eating dirt. It's just what I've heard since I was. You've never heard that? And maybe it's because you're
Yeah,
Southern.
It's probably a northern thing. They probably
Yeah, probably. Well, go in the north and ask somebody and see if they say, "Oh yeah, I did hear that."
Their history book's called the Civil War, the War of Northern Aggression. Okay, it's a different place.
Like, I don't know whether I've ever had a cheesesteak or not.
Never had a cheesesteak sandwich.
I
A
don't think
Philly
so.
cheesesteak, they're delicious. They're extra greasy.
They're probably not good for your
They're
heart.
long on the animal fat.
Yeah, they're not good for your heart.
If you like grease and animal fat, Philly cheesesteak is for you.
You'd be
They're
like that.
kosher.
It'd be like that skit. Remember that Saturday Night Live skit where they do the Bears and they'd be like having heart attacks and stuff and like, "Oh, I coughed up a whole bratwurst."
His artery was clogged with a bratwurst.
I even though what's the name of the hamburger we call the greasy place?
The big rib?
No, Steak and Shake.
I've
I
never
love-
been to a Steak and Shake.
I love their hamburgers because they're greasy and gooey and all the not gooey, but the chili and all that starts running together and it's just bliss.
I've never eaten at a Steak and Shake.
If your sandwich doesn't congeal, it's not.
But I'll tell you this: the closest Steak and Shake we have is like E-Town, and it's like 3 doors down from the Golden Corral. So if we're gonna eat anywhere that close to a Golden Corral, there's no way Jim's not going to the Golden Corral.
Like, I think I can eat pretty much anything I would choose to eat, but I just need to do it in moderation. And there's nothing I really want off of my selected menu right now, because I would like to see a grandchild or two.
Oh wow! I didn't know his wife worked for. I thought she worked at like a supper club.
Who?
Mr. Sadie's wife has worked for Steak and Shake for over 30 years.
Wow.
Well, we never
I've never
we
been.
never went to
I've
Steak
never
and
had
Shake.
either.
We never
I was
went to
in
Steak
a
and
Rally's, but it was filthy, and I won't eat in another one.
Use names.
Well, it was. I'm sorry.
Shake. We
Remember
raised
that A&W that Jim used to always eat at when we were first moving here? Well, it's
I'm sure they
closed.
remember that.
Yeah, well, Tom, remember those girlfriends, Tom, that were like always hanging out with Jim at A&W? Well, they closed it. See, Mr. Sadie says Rally's is nasty, so it's
Yeah,
common
the
knowledge.
meat tasted like sweet, like
And it was not wrong.
Got weird sweet aftertaste.
Or like where your feet stick to the floor as you're walking across it. That's never a good
Yeah, it's
sign.
very tainted.
Yeah.
You know what? Somebody's going to have to show me a pretty damn good meal. With these people that go to these foo-foo restaurants and they'll drop $100 on a piece of a meal that will fit in the top of this coffee cup right here.
Mm-hmm.
Go to
and they spend $100 for this stuff. It's got to be some damn good shit. Because
go to Rainforest Cafe and get a hamburger. They're out of this world.
Where's
You're going to pay
Rainforest
through the
Cafe?
butt for it, but I will say Rainforest Cafe makes the best burgers.
No, I'm not eating beef tartare.
And when you walk out,
I'm not eating anything raw.
Oh, Mr. Sadie only does Rallies after drinking a lot. I couldn't drink enough Michelob Ultra to go back into Rallies.
yeah, okay. No, that's not going to double the chances of you accidentally crapping your pants after a hard night of drinking. Stop swinging into a rally. Blame it on the Uber driver. Oh no, it's me.
We used to have this place called Burger Chef down here. Well, I was in South Carolina.
Oh, I like Burger Chef.
Okay, they had like four, which this would have been about 1977 to 1982, someplace in that area. They had 5 single hamburgers for $1. And they were tasty.
Those days are gone.
Yeah, they were tasty. My friends and I would go in there and we'd spend like $2 and get a bunch of those, a sack full of those burgers.
I like White Castle, and you get that suitcase of burgers for $30. Honestly, Brandon and Jim like those a lot.
I watched a YouTube video on the demise of Burger Chef, and I'm watching. I'm like, Jesus. I mean, I must not get out much. I didn't even know Burger Chef was out of business. I thought there were still. I'm like, oh, I just don't go there anymore. But I'm sure there's Burger Chefs around. There ain't.
Roberta said that In-N-Out's moving their corporate headquarters from California to Tennessee.
Oh, really? I've never been to one of those either.
What's that?
In-N-Out Burger.
Oh yeah, I heard good things.
It's like they only have like 5.
What good burgers they were.
Leg said in 1924, but when Tom started telling his story, and I didn't pick on Tom because he's had this heart issue, when he said, oh, the year had to be, I was going to say 1929.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I let it go because I was being a kinder, gentler me.
Jim, you live in the South now. You need to get your woman under control.
Yeah.
Yeah, but In-N-Out doesn't have a lot of I don't know if there are any franchises at all. I think they're all company-owned stores.
Yeah, they're mostly in the West, but they're moving east, so they built a new headquarters east or farther east, or they're building one.
We have Five Guys here you know, it's another one of those overpriced burger places.
Do y'all have Fuddruckers?
No, I've never eaten
We
a
don't have those
Fuddrucker.
anymore. But yeah, I've eaten at a Fuddruckers. That's where you get a burger and then you go over to the toppings bar and build that baby the way you want to.
Yeah, I always have more toppings than I do burger. Even though you can get you can order as big a burger as you want. They just stack the patties, you know.
Yeah, I think
If
that's
you
what
want,
they need to get back to.
if you want 15 patties on there, you can do it.
There was a place in
That sounds like you're gonna get in some health issues if you're starting putting 15 meat patty hamburgers you're eating.
yeah. There was a place in Atlanta, and I haven't been to Atlanta to the underground in so long, or it was near the underground. It was a lunchtime deal. They had hot dogs and they had hamburgers. And you'd start at one end of it, and you'd say, you want a hamburger or you want a hot dog? And they would put it in a bun and slide your tray down to the next person, and they would say, you know, if you wanted multiple burgers, they would just stack them up there. If you wanted cheese, they'd put cheese on it, and when it got to the end of it, it was built like you wanted it to. And they would run through
Right, Roman?
500 or 600 of those damn things in a damn hour, because it was.
Yeah, I'm sure the 15 meat patty hamburger with diet soda. See, she knows what I'm talking about because she even spelled it right. Sodies and zebra cakes.
I think Nikki knows them.
We're eating the Elf on a Shelf cakes for.
Oh, they're not good though. I don't.
Respect the Elf on a Shelf.
I can't. It's not good.
What's that?
We were at Walmart. The Elf on the Shelf snack cakes. They're not good.
They're the holiday zebra cakes.
Oh, are they?
Worse. They're not even as good as zebra cakes.
Roberta loves the Christmas trees by. Is that Little Debbie? I believe it's Little Debbie Christmas trees. They only,
Yeah, those are Little Debbie's are good.
And good for you.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing's
Little
good.
Debbie wouldn't steer you wrong.
They hit all the 5 major food groups.
Little Debbie's not trying to kill you.
Cheetos.
Little Debbie's your friend to the end.
That is Little Debbie. Anyway,
that was a good movie. That Ray Kroc movie was a good. I think it's called The Founder. It was a good movie.
I love that movie.
He was not a very nice man.
No, it didn't portray him very good, but it was a good movie.
Yeah, it was good.
Hey, you can't be friends with everybody. Okay, don't make friends with somebody who's going to be your lunch tomorrow. It's part of being a predator.
Remember that.
You had a skunk eating the cat food again.
Uh-oh.
That's what Sadie was saying.
That's a fat skunk. He looks like he's been eating a lot of cat food.
Oh, he's well fed, yeah. I think Gwen named him. I can't remember what. But
Peppy?
Stinky?
Peppy Le Pew?
Can you smell him when he comes in?
No.
Unless you mess with him, you won't. You know, it looks like milk. The skunk spray, when it comes out their butt, it looks like they're squirting milk. And at first it's like, oh, that doesn't smell that bad, because you get this wave of smell, and it's so overwhelming, it overwhelms your nose ability, your olfactory system. But once it backs off a little bit, then you're ready to throw up. We came home from vacation. We had this kid's playhouse full of cat food for the cats.
Oh, this don't make us sound like hillbilly.
While we're gone.
Yeah, while we were gone, because Jim was worried about the barn cats, he put the cat food in. We had one of those plastic playhouses for kids, so he put all this cat food in it. Well, guess what? The skunk found it.
Yeah, so I let out the dogs. All dogs go after this skunk that's in the plastic playhouse. I'm like, no! I'm trying to yell at him to get away from spraying, and then you see it it actually aims its ass at him, kind of wiggles its ass before it launches, and then squirts out this thing. It's like the diameter of your pinky finger. This milk white spray. It's a stream actually, and it'll make you throw up if you're close enough.
You know,
my eyes were burning.
I guess it was half a century ago. We were camping up in the mountains, and these people, as all my family, and my extended family, we were all up there. And this couple they came in during the night, and they had one of these big old RVs, and they had 2 pet skunks, and those skunks were like cats. I mean, that's the way they acted. They were descented when they were, they were little, but they would walk them on leashes, and they were real cute. And the lady said that that they always had cats, but cats didn't travel very. They didn't like the RV, so they tried something new.
Huh. Did they eat cat food?
What is that burger place that we go to over here in Stonecrest, or we pick up food from? Is that Five Guys over there, or is that
Five Guys is the operator. Smash Burgers.
Smash Burgers? Have y'all ever eaten at a Smash Burgers?
No. Is it a chain?
It is, but it's kind of foo-foo. It's not like a walk-in.
We have a
it's
cookout
not
here
like a
now.
drive-up.
They're okay. Lee's Chicken took away their chicken buffet.
Oh, yeah.
COVID killed the chicken buffet.
No more all you can eat Lee's buffet. And there is no more Lee's. It's just Lee's Chicken, no buffet, which sucks.
Is that where Jim's girlfriend was at?
Oh, the A&W, and they closed the A&W. Got real
that's where-
crappy after
The one
COVID.
with the eye. The one with the eye problem.
Yeah, that was Long John Silver's.
Yeah, Long John Silver's A&W is in the same thing. But then it was good.
It got
And then,
started getting real
then
greasy.
around COVID time, they must have got new workers in there that weren't doing it as good. It wasn't as clean, and the food didn't taste
And
right.
the lazy-eyed girl was gone, and they replaced her and all the other girls with these people with. And I got nothing against body art. Okay, you get a few tats or whatever, but these people all had like sleeves and spider webs and 8 balls tattooed on them. Well, anyway, the more tattooed people they got, the greasier the place got. So I don't know if there's a correlation or not, but they finally closed it up. It lasted about 2 years after it started going downhill, and now it's closed up. They took away their sign.
Dang, y'all got more stuff there, Felix, than we do here. We don't have any Texas Roadhouse anymore.
Well, I hope we got one here because somebody gave me a gift certificate to Texas
No, it's
Roadhouse.
That's where we go to eat with the kids, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, I take that back. We do. We used to have one nearby, but there's one on the other side of town now, and their food's always been good.
Hey,
Yeah,
Tom,
they got one in every big town here.
the town we used to live in, our closest Walmart was 45 minutes away for crime. And you're worried about not having
It used to live. It's out in the middle of freaking nowhere. That's the reason you were so lucky. It was not because you were styling and profiling and you were wearing.
It was because there was no other options. It was Dex or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there was a reason you were so lucky, Jim. It's because there was nobody out there except their brother.
Oh man.
Poor Jim. He catches hell. I've saw that Anytime Picker. Is it on Netflix? It's on one of those channels. While I was recuperating, I got hooked on Miss Marble, old Miss Marble.
Oh, those are good.
Marple television episodes.
Oh boy, Tom, we gotta get you out. I'm getting worried about you watching old Miss Marples. Next thing you know, you'll be eating supper at 4 and going to bed at 7.
My mom's.
Listen, I have to stay up to 9 now because I have to take my 9 o'clock meds before I go to bed.
Infirmities, mental infirmities of aging or whatever. But every time we go over there, I go to my sister's. That's what she's got. She'll have that something like that on. So yeah, I've been watching all these old like Murder She Typed, something like that on. So yeah, I've been watching all these old like Murder She Typed and all these old what's the Father Dowling mysteries.
Oh, good
Yeah.
grief.
Actually, they're kind of
That's
good.
how you get dementia, by watching all those movies. I'm sorry.
But I was watching these movies and they're all set in these little English villages, and I'm thinking, man, they had a hell of a time because there was somebody being murdered or somebody's being murdered in all these little towns for her to have to solve these mysteries, and I'm thinking, man, who's going to live there?
Yeah.
There's another one called, is it Dr. Martin or something? It's set in an English or is it English or Irish town?
No, I think he's English, but I think he's living like off the coast of Spain, like those English people that go and stay in Spain on the coast.
Whatever.
Whatever
Anyway,
you
yeah, so
call
she
it.
watches that too. I think it's Doc Martin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Might be the shoe.
I got hooked on them and I enjoyed them. Make fun of me if you want to.
Well, folks, I'm going to shut it down. I got to go do battle with the evil Lutherans.
Ooh. Make those Lutherans give it to them. I was going to say something.
Until-
but-
Todd's got to give them old ladies some sweet love and so they'll give him some deals.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for
That's
having
what
the
I'm
show
doing.
this morning, Todd. It made me feel better being
Yeah,
on.
you going to do it tomorrow? Make up for today?
Um,
Yeah,
Let me look
that's
at my-
very
let me look at
decisive there, Tom.
we got so much crap going on. Let me look at my schedule here. We got anything
Tom's on
going
a schedule now.
Yeah, I can do it tomorrow. Seriously.
Then when he
Okay.
gets, you know what's going to happen as soon as he goes off air? Roberta's like, "You're not doing a show tomorrow."
Tom's already at the stage where he's got to flip the medicine bottles upside down to know if he took them yet that day. Where they flip them upside
No.
down, right side up again to
Let
remember.
me show you something. My wife, the love of my life, has sat down and she has sorted all my meds out.
Oh, she's got the organizer.
Yeah, and
I've had it for years.
but she's been doing it for years because she's on so many meds because of her
Yeah.
transplant. So she just sat down and she just filled mine up, and
There you go.
we take meds at the same time every day together.
There you go.
Oh,
Aww,
look at Todd. I know that's romantic, isn't it?
that is sweet.
Well, be careful because when Jim's dad was still alive and Grandma's slipping a little bit, she overdosed Grandpa on warfarin and he ended up in the hospital.
That's when they started asking Grandma the questions like,
Where
okay,
they
that's-
read you a story.
yeah,
and
well,
you have
let me
to-
read you a story, Grandma. And they found out my mom was on the way out too. My dad had a stroke, so he was Cooper Bird, and then my mom, she was slipping from something else. And anyway,
Anyway.
Thank you, Todd.
All
All
right.
right.
I'll do,
all right,
it.
have fun with the
I'll do it
Luther.
in the morning.
See y'all tomorrow on the Queen City Picker channel.
All right.
Da-da-da.
Or we'll be here if Tom doesn't do it.
Bye-bye.